Yo, 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 yo. Michael Chaos back with another video. And we are on the Arrow podcast coming at you live. We're not live. Anyways, I got some hot takes today for you guys. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about Blaine Gabbert being signed from the Buccaneers as our backup quarterback to back up Patrick Mahomes, of course. And Patrick Mahomes workouts, man. My boy's been working out a lot. Let's jump in.
Red and gold. Red and gold. Red and gold. Red and gold. Yeah, we running out of time. Won't fly, catch me in the end zone.
So, yo. Once again, Michael Chaos on the Arrow podcast. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Help me help you. Y'all know what it is. So, let's jump in, man. Blaine Gabbert being signed recently to the Kansas City Chiefs to back up Patrick Mahomes. In his eyes must be, wow, a blessing. You have backed up Tom Brady. Now you're backing up the next GOAT. Right. So that must be awesome. Definitely for him. Blaine Gabbert, I want to say +1 over Chad Henne. Now, guys, I understand. Chad Henne thing is possible. I understand. He did some important stuff. But I do think Blaine Gabbert is about very slim, but he's slightly better in my eyes than Chad Henne is. So I like the move. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes ain't going nowhere. Pray to God. Ain't going nowhere. He'll be fine. So I do think that's pretty good. I think also Blaine Gabbert obviously is a good veteran presence. Been around since pretty much the same time frame Chad Henne's been around. So I think he's had a little bit more success though. Just a little bit more than Chad Henne personally. So it's cool with me. I like it. Pretty much just going to be probably drawing some stuff up, helping Mahomes in a different aspect. So that's cool. Cool with me. Obviously, in Veach and Andy Reid, like I always say, we trust. A lot of workouts lately, man. Apparently, Patrick Mahomes was working out with Zay Flowers, a few other upcoming football players in the draft. Zay Flowers mainly, and for another guy, I can't remember his name, but I need to start paying more attention to college. I don't watch college football, so I'm gonna be 100 with you guys. I can't tell exactly what's going on in the draft. What I normally do is I kind of wait to see who we draft, because I will say this: we never draft what everyone thinks we're going to draft, ever. I started getting into that whole draft and excitement thing, but then I'd find myself liking someone and we don't get them. So yeah, so I kind of was just like, you know what, I'll wait to see who we get, then I'll kind of look it up or look at everything afterwards. So that's kind of like my style. I'm not good with everybody coming out of the draft. I do kind of know a lot of the top prospects. I will say this, I do know a few of the tackles, but then it's 3 or 4 tackles that I want. You know what I mean? Other than that, I don't know anybody. That's why I watch RGR mainly, because they know everything. That's right. So, anyways, the Zay Flowers, I will say this, I do know a little bit about the Zay Flowers. He fits the Chiefs, but I believe he's going first round, if I'm not mistaken. No later than second. And honestly, I have told you guys before that we are in a situation to where it doesn't matter who we pick in the draft. Well, let's say the first 3 rounds, because we are kind of set up to pick the best available player in about the first 2 to 3 rounds. That's how we're kind of set. Well, pretty much the entire draft. We're set up to pick the best available player, which we're good at. and which I love, and I love being in that situation. So, which kind of goes back to, him working out with Zay Flowers. I mean, I think it's just, hey, do you like this guy? If we can get him, kind of deal. I still personally, I think that we need tackle, defensive end. Obviously we need receiver. Yeah. But I think, if we can't find a defensive end in the first round, which that wouldn't really make sense. This draft is heavy with defensive ends. That I do know. Also, there is apparently some good depth with tackles as well. So, in my eyes, I don't see why we would go outside of picking a tackle and a defensive end. However, and maybe not in that exact order. Maybe second we go tackle, and first we go defensive end. Hopefully, I'm hoping we go first tackle and second defensive end. I am hoping we get DeJuan Jones. He's huge. He's a monster. He has some pretty good footwork that I do know. I have watched a little bit of film on him. I do like him. I don't know. I like those real big, pretty athletic, real big offensive linemen. We're not known to have them. Definitely on our tackles have been around the same, except for Orlando Brown. Orlando Brown is kind of outside of the box of what we normally used to having. So, considering Andy Reid's offense, how Patrick Mahomes plays, Patrick Mahomes can be a tackle's worst nightmare because my boy is my boy. Yeah, y'all know what's up. So, so once again, I don't think that's too big of a deal. I think they're just working out, honestly. But what I do say about that is I love how Patrick Mahomes is just getting to work with all our receivers now, because Sky Moore, MVS, Kadarius Toney, even Richie James was there. I'm Rich James. I'm Rich James. No, I'm playing. No, that's credit to How About Those Chiefs channel. Cole. I guess he calls Richie James, which he brought to my attention, Rick James. So I thought that was pretty hilarious. But anyways, I thought that was very interesting, and I think it's huge. I think that goes over a lot of people's heads. The fact that Mahomes is getting these guys in one spot, and he's, they're practicing, they're throwing the ball, they're just getting the chemistry down. I think that's huge. I think that goes over a lot of people's heads. I think I'm repeating myself, but seriously, I think it's a big deal, because chemistry is number one thing in this league. You know what I mean? It's number one. You know what I'm saying? I think this is a little off the wall, but I mean, it's kind of why Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. There we go. Whatever. But anyways, Jamar Chase. That's why they're kind of they're in unison. They're in unison. They have perfect chemistry. Now, they both went to LSU. I think it was just Joe Burrow's last year, but they built a lot of chemistry. They know each other. So when Jamar Chase was drafted to the Bengals and Joe Burrow was already there, I mean, obviously the rest is history. So, I don't even want to talk about them no more. So, yeah. Anyways, but y'all know what I'm saying. Building chemistry is huge. So, I don't care who he's practicing with. Well, obviously I care, but as long, obviously our receivers were there. So to me, that was big, and that's how I looked at it. I didn't really, I honestly, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Zay Flowers, I mean, from what I've seen, he's a pretty good route runner. He's a McCole Hardman type of. I think we need to go. I think we need to look for other stuff. I think we need to switch it up a little bit. I think we need to get a different caliber of a player. We've been kind of getting the same type of guys. I can't remember the last huge successful first round receiver. I can't even think about it. Now, I know Tyreek Hill was probably the last best receiver that we drafted. Obviously, he wasn't nowhere near the first round. But that was probably the last successful, I won't say successful. That was the last ridiculous number 1 receiver that we've drafted. And before him, yeah. So, yeah. So, not saying we can't draft a receiver, but it's just, Like I said before, I said in a different video, I'm comfortable with the receiving core that we got now. Okay. I can't. All right, let me stop capping. I can't say that with 100% confidence. I'll say it with about 80. Obviously, it's mainly because of Patrick Mahomes, but yes, we need another piece. We need one more piece. Yeah, however that comes, I don't really care. You know what I mean? So, but given that, that's pretty much it. That's all I got for you guys, man. I like the move on Blaine Gabbert. The workouts, like I said, I looked past Zay Flowers and was looking at the fact that they're out there practicing and building chemistry, which is huge. And you don't really hear that too much, man. I'm sure a lot of people do it and the spotlight's not on them, but I mean, there's a lot of quarterbacks that aren't doing stuff like that, man. There's a lot of quarterbacks. Half of the quarterbacks in the league aren't doing stuff like that. You know, they wait for OTAs, they wait for training camp, they wait for all that type of stuff. You know, they wait for the coach to call them like, hey, all right, guys, it's time to come in. Patrick Mahomes calls you like, hey, bro, I'm in Texas and you're coming here so we can get some work in. And I love it. And that's going to show during the season. That's also why he just won the Super Bowl. That's also why he's the most successful quarterback in the league right now. And no one's even close. No one's even close. Period. No one's close. Period. It's it. All the debates is over. Don't put Joe Burrow in his class. Don't put Josh Allen in his class. They both have 0 rings. They both have 0 MVPs. Don't put none of them in his class. Period. Jalen Hurts, sorry, you tried. Not in his class. Not in his class. Now, I got respect for Jalen Hurts after that Super Bowl. No cap. I got respect for Jalen Hurts after that Super Bowl. My boy showed out. So, I will give you that. But you're not in the same class as Patrick Mahomes. Nobody is. And y'all need to accept that outside of Chiefs Kingdom, because we all know what's up. And we ain't being biased. I'm not biased. I know a lot of Chiefs fans that ain't biased. And we're grounded. We know what reality is. So, this has gone a little further than I thought. So, I don't want to ramble too much, you guys. We'll save the rest for the next video. But that's pretty much it, man. That's all I got. Michael Chaos coming at you. And you guys have a good one, man. The Arrow Podcast. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, man. Help me help you guys. You guys have a good day, man. I'm out of here. Yeah.
We running out of time. 1-5, catch me in the end.